So what if I told you that the AI you're using right now, yeah, ChatGPT, all of them, they're about to look like ancient history. We are standing on the edge of a totally new era of AI, one that doesn't just listen to your commands, but actually thinks, plans, and gets things done all by itself. Welcome to the next great leap. Right now, we all do this, right? We give our AI a simple one-off command. You can think of today's AI as this brilliant, but honestly kind of lazy assistant. It can answer basically any question you throw at it, but it's not going to do a single thing until you tell it exactly what to do every single step of the way. It's like having a supercar in the garage with a full tank of gas, but nobody to actually drive it. And that is the massive shift we're talking about. Just imagine an AI that doesn't just write the ad copy for you, but then goes and designs the landing page, A/B tests different headlines, and then, get this, manages your entire social media budget to get the most bang for your buck. That right there is the promise of agentic AI. Okay, so let's get into it. Here's our game plan for today. We're going to start by looking at what it really means to go beyond the chatbot. Then we'll unpack what actually makes an AI agentic. After that, we'll take a little peek inside an agent's mind, see some real-world examples, and finally, we'll get real about the huge challenges we still have to overcome. All right, first up, look, generative AI is awesome, but let's be real. It's kind of a couch potato. It's just sitting there, waiting for you to give it the next instruction. It's not going to take initiative, it's not going to brainstorm on its own, and it's definitely not going to manage a project for you. It is, at its core, completely passive. Probably the best way to think about this is the analogy you see here. Using the AI we have today is like using a crazy powerful calculator. Yeah, it's amazing, but you still have to punch in every single step of the equation. Agentic AI, that's a whole different league. It's more like having a super smart digital intern. You just give them a goal, say, launch this product, and they figure out all the steps to get it down. So that brings up the big question, right? What exactly makes an AI agentic? What are the secret ingredients that take it from being just a tool to being a truly autonomous partner? Okay, so at its heart, this is the definition everyone is working from. The two phrases you really need to remember are operate independently for long periods and minimal human supervision. Let me say that again. Operate independently and minimal supervision. That is the absolute core of it. We're not talking about one-off tasks anymore. We're talking about a long-term, goal-driven mission. So what's the real difference here? This chart lays it out perfectly. Generative AI is a reactive tool, a content machine. You ask, it gives. Agentic AI, on the other hand, is a proactive partner. It manages complex, multi-step tasks. And the capability, the big one, shifts from just generating content to actually achieving goals. It's the difference between writing an email and running the whole company. So what's under the hood? Well, it really boils down to these four game changers. First, strategic planning, the ability to see a big goal and break it down. Second, long-term memory, so it can actually learn from what it's done before. Third, and this is huge, it can use external tools like searching the web or plugging into other software. And finally, some can even collaborate with other AIs, like a little digital team. Okay, so we know what they are and we know what they can do, but how do they actually, work? How are they built to think and juggle all these complex projects without a human holding their hand the entire time? A really common and honestly intuitive way these things are built is called the supervisor model. Think of it like a project manager. You have a manager who has a whole team of specialists, a writer, a researcher, a designer. The manager isn't doing all the work, but they're overseeing the whole thing to make sure the project hits its goal. That's exactly what the supervisor model does. And here's how that actually plays out. First, the supervisor agent takes your big, ambitious goal and decomposes it. It breaks it down into bite-sized pieces. Then it delegates each one of those little tasks to a specialist agent. Maybe one's a coder, another's a researcher. Those agents execute their tasks, and then finally they report back what they found, and the supervisor takes that info and refines the whole plan. It's this constant loop of doing, learning, and adjusting. Okay, enough with the theory. The stuff isn't science fiction anymore. So where is agentic AI actually being used? Let's take a look at some of the really exciting ways this is popping up in the real world, right now. Let's start with something we all get, retail. You order some new headphones. Instead of digging through emails for a tracking number, you could just ask, hey, where are my headphones? And an agent would know your order, tap into the live shipping data, and tell you it's 3 blocks away. Need to return them? You just say, I want to return these. And the AI would handle the whole thing, generating the label, scheduling the pickup, the whole shebang. Now, what about finance? We have all been there. You get a bill that just looks wrong.
Instead of spending your afternoon listening to hold music, you could just hand it off to an AI agent. It could scan your usage, find the error, file the dispute for you, and even schedule a call with a human if it gets too tricky. The entire headache, just gone. Handled autonomously. And in a field as critical as healthcare, the impact could be absolutely profound. We're talking about AI with the potential to literally save lives. By automating all the mind-numbing administrative work, it could free up doctors and nurses to spend more time with patients. And by helping with the incredibly complex process of discovering new drugs, it could get life-saving treatments to market faster than ever. But as with any technology this powerful, this transformative, there's a flip side. It's not all sunshine and rainbows. And as we're sprinting towards this autonomous future, there are some really, really big challenges that we have to talk about. First off, there's the coordination problem. I mean, come on. Getting a team of humans to work together is tough enough. Now imagine trying to get a bunch of autonomous AIs to stay on the same page for a complex project. One tiny miscommunication or strategic error between agents, and the whole system could just grind to a halt, or worse, fail completely. Second, and this is a big one, security. An AI that can act on its own, use tools, and access data is incredibly powerful, but that also makes it incredibly vulnerable. If bad actors get control of it or trick it, they could cause some serious damage. We're talking about whole new categories of cyber threats we haven't even thought of yet. And this might just be the biggest hurdle of them all: accountability. When an autonomous system makes a huge mistake, and trust me, it will, who's to blame? Is it the developer who wrote the code, the person who gave it the goal, the company using it, or the AI itself? This is a massive legal and ethical minefield, and we are just starting to tiptoe into it. So to pull all this together, agentic AI isn't just the next cool update. It's a fundamental shift in how we interact with technology. We're moving from a world where we tell our tools exactly what to do to a world where we give our partners a goal and they work with us to make it happen. And that leaves us with the final and most critical question. This technology is not science fiction anymore. It is here, and it is moving incredibly fast. These autonomous systems are on the verge of becoming our teammates, our assistants, our partners in pretty much everything we do. The question is no longer if it's going to happen. The question is, are we ready for it?